I am going to do something I've never done before in the history of this YouTube channel. I am going to speak on behalf of everyone, not just the people who are subscribed to the channel, by the way, subscribe to the channel, but everyone across the country and the world. We are 11 days into the new year, and I think we can all agree we've all seen a little bit too much in these 11 days, and it lets us all know 2025 is going to have us at the end of the year saying hopefully 2026 is going to be our year. And in the midst of all this controversy, all this anxiety, all this death, and everything in between that we don't know about because our social media algorithms only give us certain things, I think we can all agree the one thing we don't need are people on social media trying to gain traction saying anything just so that they could be perceived as funny to a bunch of people, because we don't have the time, effort, or the energy to deal with stupid people just trying to get some attention because mommy didn't give them that sweet titty milk when they was a baby. And teen, an 18-year-old freshman at a university, is potentially facing 15 years over bomb threats that he, in his mind, wanted to use the old excuse that never really works in these scenarios, whether if you running up on random people and saying, oh, I got a bat and I'm gonna hit you with it, whether if you're trying to steal somebody's car, whether if you're poisoning a bunch of food with bug spray, saying it's just a joke, especially in a time where we gotta deal with people getting in cars and running over people and shooting them, and cars blowing up and people having shootouts on New Year's Day 3 hours into the new year. Yeah, saying it's a joke really isn't gonna calm down a bunch of people when they find you and try to investigate why you're saying these things. An 18-year-old honors student at Florida International University charged with terrorism-related offenses for allegedly posting bomb threats on social media. It was a joke. It was supposed to be a joke, but it got taken into something literal.
Oh, it was a joke. It was a joke. It was all supposed to be a joke, but it got taken to something literal.
An FIU honors student walking out of jail Monday night accused of making terroristic threats on Instagram.
You can't joke about anything online because it's a lot of bad things happen in this world, and the police take everything seriously.
According to police, over the weekend, Hernandez Padron made a private Instagram post on his account, Jurassic Park Lover 2006, saying that bad things are going to happen and bombing a house today. Hernandez Padron tells us this was posted to a private Instagram story as a joke, but Instagram flagged the post and sent it to the FBI. His attorney arguing in court that the private post wasn't supposed to be taken seriously.
Sounds terrible, but it was a joke. It was posted to a private chat group with friends on Instagram.
Hernandez Padron's peers at FIU reacting to his arrest.
There's so many cases of school shooters doing the same thing, so he brought it on himself. He's an adult. He knew better.
Internet is a very open door to a person's thoughts, and if their thoughts is like blowing up a house and doing like dangerous stuff, it should be taken into account.
We asked Hernandez Padron if he would make a joke like that again.
No, never.
And he has this message after being released from jail.
I think the best thing you can do is learn from it and just not repeat it, not let it repeat, and learn from the mistake that you made.
No shit. Now, you could sit there and make the excuse that, oh, well, how do we really know this is gonna happen? How can we actually take this seriously? Well, there are many examples of a mass shooting taking place where we find out later that either the police in that area or the FBI knew about this and had them on their radar, and they didn't do nothing until a bunch of dead bodies were laying at their feet. So I think it's a good thing that we're starting to see just a little bit more people posting schizophrenic type things out into the ether, and then the FBI knock on that door and say, hey, come with us for a couple hours, little buddy. We think it would behoove you to come hang out with us for a little while. Hernandez could face 15 years in prison. Hernandez Padron was charged with making written threats to commit a mass shooting or terrorism, and in Florida, this is classified as a second-degree felony and carries a maximum penalty of up to 15 years in prison. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so happy that you understood that at 18 years old, that people aren't really going to have too much fun laughing at a potential bomb threat, especially when you just say in a house. That could mean anybody. Anybody in that given area could be on eggshells seeing something like this, even after when you've been arrested, because, hey, they're sitting there and they find out that somebody, maybe in their neighborhood, maybe somewhere close by, is threatening to bomb a house, and they'll sit there and be like, what if it's my house? I don't know what to do. Now, do I think he's going to jail for 15 years? No. I think he's probably going to have to pay a fine and do a maximum amount of like 100 hours of community service, maybe even 200 hours. That should be able to scare him enough in realizing that making jokes about bombing buildings and ruining people's lives and killing a couple people probably shouldn't be a wise decision to go for in the future. But let's kick it up a notch just a little bit, because if you thought this was just a one and done secular thing, oh no, I'm having way more of these people recognizing that it's probably not a good idea to air your grievances out and try to threaten people's lives via social media, because a Miami man accused of threatening to kill Governor Ron DeSantis in social media post has now been at the foot of the police. A Miami man was arrested on Monday and faces charges after allegedly making online threats to kill Governor Ron DeSantis. Valentin Tomas Morales, 21, was charged with making written or electronic threats to kill or cause bodily injury and second-degree felony under Florida law. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement conducted the investigation. FDLE is a state agency responsible for providing, investigating, forensic, and criminal justice services to support local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies. According to the FDLE affidavit, the agency was alerted on Monday about a post on social media platform Twitter, because I ain't saying X. The post from the account at Lemontex said, "I think I'm going to effing kill Ron DeSantis." The post was deleted shortly after. An investigation identified Morales as the probable owner. And if you just scroll down to the end, what does it reference? The same 18-year-old that wanted to say he was going to bomb a bunch of people. Listen, I understand that on social media, a lot of people think to themselves that, I could just say these things and I could paper it with, "It's just a joke," or "It's social media and I could gladly get away with it." Here's the thing, you inept, non-titty milk ingesting bastards. I understand that you think that that's your get out of jail free card, but it ain't. We are 11 days into the new year and there are too many dead bodies to be making jokes about wanting to kill a bunch of people. There are too many dead bodies where you think it would be very important, no matter what your reasons are, to threaten a governor of a state. It's too much going on. No, I don't care about your political affiliations. No, I don't care about your really corny, unfunny jokes. People are scared. People have a little bit of tenseness going on. Why? The first 11 days give everybody a reason to just be a little bit scared. And there's no saving grace. There's nobody to make us feel warm inside, because it seems like every day there's something going on that's just making us sink deeper and deeper and deeper, and a little bit of tenseness and a little bit of scarcity. And it's not helping knowing that chuckle fucks want to be funny or just threaten a bunch of people, thinking that they could hide their hands behind social media and think everything's gonna go away. Fuck both of these individuals, and I would like them both to be the stark definition and reminder for the remainder of the year that if you think it's a good idea to start posting threats, whether if you're joking or serious, on social media, let these two idiots be a reminder that Big Tyrone is watching you from the shadows, and he's waiting for the opportunity to see you and lather you up in baby oil and let you know he has a bomb and he's willing to threaten your sweet crater. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. You've seen this pink hat more this year than you did last year, and I think that is worthy of a subscription. Mwah! Goodbye.